I'm not going to trade on Mondays and Fridays. And I'm definitely going to try not to trade Mondays and Fridays pre-decisions coming out. That's what I take the most losses at. Like when I'm trying to trade the market when the Fed interest rate decisions coming out. Like last week, you had CPI coming out and PPI. Trying to trade during the week like that, you're gonna get caught in a lot of unconventional movement on the chart. And we had quadruple witching last week, so there was a lot of option contracts expiring last week on Friday. So a lot of people were resetting their option positions to get back in for the next quarter. Because some people had those long-term contracts. Like we buy contracts like a year out. A lot of those contracts expire around the same date, so that's what they call the quadruple witching, and that's happened on Friday. So a lot of with events going on like that throughout the week, it's hard to catch momentum on the market one particular direction. You're gonna get caught in a lot of chop in a lot of ranges. So this week we got the Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday. So I'm trying to be careful trading that and getting caught out there with a pullback to like you said, even 501 is where I got a level at. But we got to support at 514 right now. So if that 514 level breaks, I might scalp a put down to 512. But this is the kind of week where you will have to play those ranges very tight. Like whatever your levels are on your chart, you will have to play those ranges pretty tight. Or just stay out the way until after the decision is made, and then look for what happens after the decision and ride that momentum. Like right now, we broke back down out of trend on my weekly. So we're below trend on the weekly chart. To get back in the trend, we would have to get above 523 on SPY. And that'll be the trend going back to the beginning of this year, the uptrend we've been in. So I will be careful here. The weekly's been weakening up too. The weekly is in its third bar of weakness. I don't know if you see that. Pull up that weekly chart. And the same thing probably with the Qs then. Yeah, the same thing with the Qs. This is like a make or break week as far as support goes. So I'm not touching SPY. I may not trade heavy at all this week. Like I said, I may give out some price ranges for you guys to trade. If you give me a certain stock that you're looking at. If not, I'll just give out the price range I feel today. What it is on SPY. Like today, I would say, let me see. Let me give you out a price range on SPY today. I put another level in. The SPY definitely broke up and got resisted right up here.
When I get done driving, I want to take a look at crypto because I want to start trying to make my way into investing in that lane.
Okay. So we just gotta get you some levels and you start buying your coin at those price levels. Whenever you get a retracement or push above, you gotta just keep buying it on a weekly basis. That's the only real way to build crypto because you ain't gonna really be able to time every low because it's so volatile. You just gotta kind of dollar cost average your way in there. But like I said, we set our price levels and we get that pullback. You usually get your pullbacks to those levels and you can enter there. You just gotta have the capital ready to deploy when those pullbacks happen. You gotta have that money ready.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a problem a lot of the time for most people is that they're not prepared when the dip happens. Like the capital's not there. Like, oh, I'm trying to scramble to get the money together now to try to start buying something. By the time you start buying something, you already missed the rally.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
yeah, trust that happens to a lot of people. So
Or
um,
proactive and
yeah, you gotta get proactive in advance and see it coming. You gotta kind of live in the future a little bit when it comes to stocks. and predict what you see to come versus what's in front of you right now. All right, let's look at SPY. So SPY got resistance at 515.40. Let me put these price levels in for today.
Check out you don't think one of the social media guys might benefit from TikTok getting harassed like this? Maybe Snap,
I
Meta.
think they're pushing that harassment. They're probably the ones lobbying for it the most.
Right. I was gonna say check out maybe Snapchat because that's a cheap one. It might bounce somewhere.
All right, let's look at Snap then. Let's pull up Snap's chart. Hold on. 515.50. 514. 511. I know Meta was struggling to get above that 500 level. I know Meta got close to $500. I don't know if it's ever broken that yet, though. Gee, you know if Meta ever got over 500? This Wednesday's date, the 20th. I wanted to drop some gems on y'all too about the interest rate decision and how they are aligning the interest rate decisions. I want everybody to start paying more attention to. I'm actually gonna post a link to one in here that I just looked up. I'm gonna post that link right now. It's a cosmic calendar, right? So I'm gonna see if I'll find another website that may be better, but this one looks pretty good, honestly. It looks like it covers everything I would need it to cover for the next few years. But pretty much what's going on is you have certain cosmic events that line up with reporting dates. So certain earnings reports, like major company earnings reports, when you look at Fed interest rate decisions, when you look at CPI, PPI, when you look at very big reports or GDP reports coming out, some of these reports, a good amount of these reports that shift the market, they align with certain cosmic events. Like this Wednesday is the Fed interest rate decision, and it's also the spring equinox. So March 20th is the day that the sun sits on the equator the longest, where I mean the day and night are pretty much even, exactly even. We know what spring equinox is, but they're doing the Fed interest rate decision on that same exact day, and I don't believe that to be coincidence. And when you go back into the past and you start looking at interest rate decisions and the kind of cosmic events they line up with, same thing with big company earnings reports like Apple, Microsoft, the Teslas. They align their reports with these dates for specific reasons. I don't know, for prosperity, for growth, for whatever the reasons may be. I haven't exactly tied the what the cosmic relation to the event would be. I'm gonna do more research on that and figure that out. But the dates are in alignment, so I know there's very few to no coincidences out here, and I think that's one of them for sure that we need to keep our eyes out for. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Yeah, I got the site right here. We can even go through it and see if anything coming up is aligning with what's happening right now. Let's see. So we got March 20th. Yeah, the March equinox is March 20th. Let's look at March 24th is the next day coming out. So a next cosmic event. Let's just look for fun really quick. What's happening on the 24th? Oh, the 24th is a Sunday. Okay. So it's not going to be anything happening on a Sunday. March 25th. March 25th is a full moon, and we have a penumbral lunar eclipse. Okay. So new home sales reports come out the 25th, or earnings reports come out the 25th. But I think the major events are going to be on the equinoxes, like the spring, the fall equinox. I think those are probably where they're going to hold the biggest events, where the biggest cosmological events happen. Let me see. This is next week. And we want to check out. Let me check out next week really quick. There's no earning reports on the 25th. So people may be avoiding that date for a specific reason. So you have dates that are probably attractive to report and do things on, and there's probably dates where you want to avoid doing anything on because it may have bad energy around that day or bad energy around this kind of event, and where you want to kind of lay low. So on March 25th, there's no earnings reports coming out that Monday. We have a solar eclipse coming up April 8th. I want to be around for that. I want to see this. The last total solar eclipse visible in the United States was in 2017. The next one won't take place until 2045. Tesla just set off one of my alerts. Tesla must be pushing.
How you gonna see? How can you see the solar eclipse?
The moon is gonna move in front of the sun. It's gonna black out the sun.
This shit happened a couple times in my life, and they said it was gonna happen, and I don't ever recall it actually happening.
They said the last total lunar eclipse occurred in 2017. I don't think it happens for a long time. I think it's usually early in the morning or like very late, and you got to really be watching for it. It doesn't happen for a long time when it does happen. Tesla's pushing today, boy. I could have grabbed a call. I might grab a call. They broke above my level now. And resistance. Because Tesla was about to get cut from the long-term portfolio. They must have felt that cut coming. I was like, Tesla, you keep pushing down, I'm going to cut your ass. I swear for God, stop playing with me. I'm not going to let you bring down 30%. I won't let you do it. Tesla got right now. Let's see if it holds that 164 support. I said I'm going to start getting back in heavy in the position if we get back above 178. If we don't get back above 178, then I don't know. I think I'm going to stay away from Tesla for a little bit. Or just let it be what it is right now until it shows that strength coming back in. But if it goes below that 164 level, or that 164.40 and closes below there again, I'm going to have to go. 152 has definitely got to get out. What you thinking? Calls on Tesla right now, G? How you feel about it, man? They just got into the green on the 15. They've been holding strength on the 30 all morning. They could get that 178 level. But you said look at Snap. You said you want me to look at Snap?
You say you think Tesla can get over 178?
Yeah, 178.60 is the level I got. Tesla pushes like that, boy. It'll push like that in a day. I didn't see any particular news come out on it. Let me see if some news came out about Tesla today and it's causing it to push. Tesla stock is rallying today. What's going on? Tesla shares are trading higher Monday. It will increase Model Y prices in several countries. Okay, so they're putting the price back up. They're going to increase.
You seen this new model car Honda has coming out? I sent it to you, and it's only 31,000 brand new.
Yeah, I saw you sent that to me. Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you.
You said prices are coming down. You said, right?
Yeah. New car prices are coming down.
The Model Y will increase in price by $2,100 in multiple European countries. So this is in Europe. The price increases are going to go into effect March 22nd.
It's not electric, is it?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, all Tesla is electric.
No, I mean Honda.
Oh, Honda. Oh, yeah. Honda when they. Mm-hmm.
Seen an article not too long ago saying that prices on electric cars is really, the buying rate on electric cars is really going down.
It is. It's because the infrastructure is not there to support it yet fully. So people not like there's not enough charging stations around. There's not enough a lot of that shit around.
And if you can afford the vehicle but not the charging station, that's a whole other expense.
Yeah, that's why I see like this is a kind of like it's still even with the prices lowered, it's still like a luxury item because like you said, you got to be able to afford the charging station to put in your house if you're going to get it and you're really going to be using it properly. You want to get the charging station at home so you can be charged up before you go out. And then the charging stations is not enough of them out on the road right now. They're trying to address that by funding Tesla to put all these charging stations across the country. But the pricing war is saying that Tesla price has been impacted by the pricing war that's been having with competitors and then the weakening demand. So their price target was brought from 220 to 190 by Goldman Sachs. They're trying to say that it was based on weakening EV demand. Yeah. All right. You said Snap. Let's pull up Snap. Let me look at Snap really quick. So Snap, you looking at this because of the TikTok ban? Snap hasn't done nothing but go down. Snap has been in a vicious downward trend. Oh my God. Yeah, Snap looks terrible. Let's pull up the weekly. Let's pull up the weekly. Let's go back. Oh yeah. When Snap took its fall back in 2022, May of 2022, it has not recovered since then. It tried, yeah, it's tried. Once it broke below $15.15, it hasn't been able to really stay above that for too long. So I say $15.15 is the level you want to look for on Snap. It was above it for a few weeks from December. In December, all the way up until February 5th, it was at $16, and then it tanked again. It went all the way back down to 11 in February, and it's sitting right back in this range that it was in. Snap is holding a range for you between. Let's see, it's gonna hold this range right here. It's gonna hold a range between 12.75 and $8.20, 28 cents. So 12.75 will be the first breakout if it closes above that, and then you would need it to close above 15.15 to show another sign of life. So, and then Meta, I think I think this. I say don't sleep on TikTok. I think that whole situation is gonna change. in some way or fashion. I think what they're doing is going to piss off a lot of American people. What Congress just did. I think they're trying to disguise it as national security and information and data leaking and all that kind of shit. And people are going to be like, do you know how much of our data has been stolen and leaked through straight up American apps and systems? Like, it doesn't make a difference. You guys don't have the security in place to defend against this, period. It don't matter if we're using Facebook, TikTok, whatever. You guys are just more so concerned about the spread of information that's happening through this app. Because a lot of people are getting a lot of information on TikTok. A lot of people are sharing and connecting dots and connecting with each other and doing this kind of community building on TikTok. And I think that's what they're more afraid of than anything. And it's not on a platform that they have control over where they can then moderate the algorithm. When they see, oh, too much connection and too much connectivity is going on, too much information being put out there, Facebook could alter that algorithm and just change what you're seeing, change what everybody's seeing, change what videos become popular, what is not viewed, what is not qualified to be up, all that kind of stuff. They could change those parameters at any time. But when it's an app that they don't own and they can't change those parameters and they feel like too much information is going out, they got to figure out a way just to get rid of the app, period. So I think that's what we got going on right now, right? And I think it's going to create a lot of backlash from the American public, especially the youth, because the youth uses TikTok heavy, and they're going to have an uprising from the youth if they really go through with this ban. Like, it was okay, government officials, okay, we can understand nobody from the government should be using this because you guys have access to highly sensitive information and top secret documentation, etc. Okay, that makes sense. In the same way, the government and Congress people should not be allowed to invest in the stock market. Y'all have too much inside information. But that's not the angle they want to take with TikTok because it's not about that. It's about something else. And if they ban TikTok, I don't see everybody scrambling back to Instagram like that. I don't see that as being the case. I think you're gonna have a lot of pissed off people that's gonna talk about how bad Instagram is compared to TikTok. You're gonna get a lot of that happening if they ban it. But looking at Meta's chart, Meta has support around 490. I think the next real level I would have for them will come down here.
The only reason, because like I said, they can't control it and they can't regulate that motherfucker. Otherwise, they would not give a damn.
Right, exactly. That's it. It's all about control. That's why it's not about the company because you see they're ready to sell the company to this U.S. Treasury, the former U.S. Treasury Secretary guy. He's trying to buy TikTok. Like, you guys are so blatant with the shit that y'all doing. Like, you really gonna have the former U.S. Treasury Secretary buy this app? So yeah, like that's so. If I was China, I'd be like, fuck you. You can have the app. You're not taking this algorithm or nothing with it. Have this app and see how it works. You put the technology behind it. Like, so that's what they do. That's what China's doing right now. China's like, yeah, okay, we could give you the app, but y'all not taking the technology we have with it. We'll let you control the app, but y'all not gonna control the technology. China will let a company fail before they. China has a lot of pride and they have a lot of morals that they stand on. So they're not gonna do anything that's gonna compromise the morale of their country or the way they do business. And if you're gonna say they can't have this operating in this country, then you could just take it out the country, and they'll be like, okay. And if you wanted to operate in your country, well, you can operate it how you want to operate it, but you're not going to have access to our technology. You can operate it how you operate your other social media platforms and regulate it that way, but you're not going to have the access to how we use our algorithm.
China banned Facebook, all them other apps, right?
Yeah, China will ban that shit. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care. They're like, okay, whatever. The reason why it's been such a problem for America to ban it It's because too many Americans are attached to TikTok now. They've created brands, they created businesses through this app. And if you go ahead and ban it now, it's going to create a dramatic effect on a lot of people's income and businesses that who through the pandemic went to this source to create their income. So you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna impact the economy that way.
Niggas cannot live off the salaries y'all have set, the tone y'all set. Niggas cannot live off that. You need 2, 3 incomes for a single family home. Like a man and a woman working in the same home, they still need side.
Yep. Yep. And you want to take this away? Oh, the backlash is gonna be vicious if that shit goes through. I promise you. I promise you. They're gonna protest harder for TikTok than they did for George Floyd. I guarantee it. There will be more protests around this country. They will not let this shit go. I promise you. Because like I said, it's not gonna be the older generation. It's gonna be the younger generation that's gonna be pissed. It's gonna be the teenagers, and you know they got the loud voices. They're gonna get on those platforms and they're gonna start posting and putting up video. Oh, what? It's gonna be bad. Yeah, I already see the videos come out. People are pissed. People are raging. People talking about how a government that can't. They said 81. I think it's like 81% of the Congress voted for the ban. They said we haven't had that dominant of a vote on anything in Congress in years, years. Like y'all can agree on this, but y'all can't agree on nothing else.
That's that bullshit. Then they throw this shit right in our faces and like you say, with TikTok helping people protect the dots more than dots over here, it's just looking crazy out there.
Yep. It's looking less and less like democracy, if you ask me. I heard something interesting this past weekend how essentially you know how you guys ever heard of the caste financial system, like how caste system works in like India and some other countries, how they have pretty much like the pyramid structure, like the people at the top would be considered like the educated, the highly educated, the priests, the shamans, all those people would be in the top realm of society. The second realm of society would be like the highly skilled educators and tradesmen or bankers and stuff like that, people in that skilled trade. The third tier society um, would be like the college educators and those kind of that realm right there, high school educators and youth educators. And then the bottom, the fourth tier would be like the people who are the labor force, the creators of societies, the people who bring new ideas into society. All those people are along the bottom tier, but that's usually the tier that's the largest. And it's like they call it the caste system. And based on what your skill sets are and what you could do, it determines what part of the caste system you're in. You know, so if you are a highly educated shaman and religious factor or something scientific, you'll be in that caste, in that part of the caste. And I say that to say that people may speak out publicly and say that's a fucked up system to have. Oh man, how can you structure society that way? But when you look at democracy, that's exactly how we're structured. Like that's almost exactly how we're structured to the point where the only difference is that they're telling us that we have some way through government and politics to possibly increase the conditions of our situation depending on whatever level we are on. So if we're on the lower level, you vote for this person or this politician, they may be able to increase the condition of everybody that's within this tier for you. You know? So I think in those other systems, the fact that there's no political attachment to it, there's no democracy attached to it. There's just like, this is our system, here's the leader, and this is how we all follow underneath our one leader. Over here, it's more like we have multiple leaders, but we're going to have the same system in place, And we're going to act like we're giving people in these different levels power that they don't really have to change their condition, when really we're not changing anything for them, because we need the system in place in order for society to function. We need people who are workers and creators and we need majority of society to be in that tier, because that's the tier that supports in the entire society. And then we need to make sure we don't overpay those people in order to create an economic balance. And that is where the fucked up part comes in our democracy and in those systems, I believe, is that the payment structure. I think you should be paid on your level of contribution to society and the importance of what you do. So I think in that system, they're saying the educators, scientists, doctors, etc., have the highest level of knowledge, and hence why they have the most comfortable forms of living. They get paid the most, etc., etc. But I think we operate in that same system here. They don't want to publicize it as the caste system, but we operate in a caste like governmental or economic system over here. I should say economic system, not probably not government or political, but economic for sure. All right, let's see what's happening with SPY right now. All right, 514. Okay, SPY coming back into weakness here. Tesla and SPY don't correlate though, so Tesla could keep going into strength for SPY weakening. What's going on my chart screen right here? Is there any other companies y'all want to chart this morning? Y'all want to chart anybody? I got all my levels I need. I'm here for you guys to chart. Let me see if anybody in the YouTube said anything. Did my Discord disconnect? Where the hell is Discord at? Did my whole screen just close down? Hold on. I don't know where did that happen. I was dropping too many gems for the community. They cut me off. Damn, that's crazy. You wanna shut my stream down? Now Discord doesn't want to open back up? Hmm. Oh, here we go. I'm about to say. Damn, that's crazy. They just shut me off.
You was paying too much. Then the Twitter boys came around and found you in here.
Dog, they ran down on me in my own server? That's crazy.
Yo, what's up?
They ran down on me in my own server. They closed out the whole Discord on my laptop. I'm like, where'd Discord go? It was just gone. That's wild.
Oh, man. That's funny.
I was saying too much. Let me get back to just talking price levels, man.
Let's go back to Snap and Meta.
Yeah. Let's just focus on Snap and Meta, man. That's too much. Meta broke out of its buying trend, so Let me see. I'll share my screen. Let me show y'all my chart. Are you back home yet, guys? You back home? We gotta get you some levels set on some crypto.
Yeah, I need 15 minutes. I just got back in with my kids, and then we
Alright.
can look at that.
Alright. So, Meta right here. You see I had it in the buy trend. It was in a heavy buy trend going back to, I did that back to February. It was in a nice little buy trend. And then it broke down out of it. It actually just broke down out the buy trend on Thursday. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, I think I definitely forgot that. Meta had a vicious gap up, bro. You see this gap up? That buying block is ridiculous. I think we could pull back down to this 459 level pretty easy. But 472, 473.75 is next major support for Meta. It shouldn't break below that level. But if it does, we could go to 459. If we refill any of this gap that we had, like, I think there has to be some retesting of this. I feel like there almost has to be some retesting of this. That's too big of a gap to not retest at all. Let's go back to another big gap. Let's look at Nvidia, because Nvidia did something similar. I want to see how that played out after, because you know Nvidia's just been on a rampage. What was that earnings? What was it? I think it was not this. Was it this one? What was the price here? No, it wasn't this one. It was this one. Which earnings report was it that they went up crazy afterwards? It wasn't. Which earnings report is this? February, November. Okay. One of these, Nvidia had a gap up one of these days. Was it right here? I'm thinking it's right here. Did it ever retest back down after that? I don't believe so. Alright, so let's bear case this up. Let's bear this up real quick. Bear case scenario, if we hit in a peak here in the market, which we can hit a little consolidation, I think that you got, let me put a red level in here for my bear level cases. I think we got a possible pullback to about 741 for Nvidia. That'll be retest. I guess I would call that a retest of that gap up we had from February 21st when it went from 670 gapped up to 750. There was one more gap up before that. I'm almost positive. Maybe I'm not stretching the chart out far enough. But maybe not. Because Nvidia reported earnings back here. Where? It had to be the earnings before this then. It had to be the earnings before this. You had to go back. Okay, here it goes. I knew I wasn't tripping. Alright, so we had a crazy gap up back here. But no retest. No retest of the gap. No refill on a 4 hour. Oh god, that didn't help nothing. Alright, let me see. Yeah, I don't see not a long wick or nothing. So those blocks post earnings tend to hold when they take those strong jumps. So for Meta, that means if it does hold, that puts us right at that 460 level for the pullback. If we're gonna hold that earnings gap up and not retest anything in between, Meta could come down to 460, 458 before bouncing. it for the socials. Let's go through the crypto real quick. Everybody loves crypto. Let's check out this chart right here. All right. So Bitcoin is just now showing weakness on the weekly. It's in that buy trend. The bottom of the buy trend will pull us back down to about 56,000. So we can have a retracement on Bitcoin to about 56,000. Let me make this level a red level here because we could retrace back to this level. That could be a nice area to buy in at. Or we could retrace back and find support right at this 59,000 level if we don't have a pullback until the first week of April. That's where support would be. But the current level we're looking for to hold support above is 65,246. That's the current support level I have for Bitcoin. Let's glance at Ethereum really quick on the weekly. Ethereum is 2 weeks in to weakness now. Well, today's Monday, so this week is early. Let's see how this week closes out. If we close out below 3402, it's like further downside to come. We could catch support at 3,000, but I think we're more likely to catch support at this 2,700 because of how volatile crypto can be. But if we catch early support would be 3,400. How you feel about jumping in at 3,000 on Ethereum, man? You been racking up your Ethereum, V, or you been doing the altcoins?
You know, back then I used to buy like $50 worth a week type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stopped that. I just stopped it a couple months ago.
And you just holding right now. Okay.
Just holding. I used to buy like $50 a week. And then when it really, really dropped, I'll try to get like $100.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just holding. I staked them.
Stake them in the ground. Leave them there. Let them build
I'm
up.
still getting, but just smaller shits.
What coin you looking at right now? I know. What shit coin you watching, man? Give me a good shit coin to pull up real quick.
Volume Mint.
What's the ticker symbol?
VMINT.
This is it right here?
Yeah.
Alright, this is the weekly chart we're looking at right now. So it's been out for about 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's been out about over a month now. It's just been out about a month. Okay. What do they do?
They're kind of like crypto version of market makers. They help, they help you with volume. So if you have a project, they do some shit where, funnel money in and out. They help you with your volume. The same thing market makers do for stocks.
Okay.
So they actually have a product that people are buying. They're making money.
Okay.
And I see all of their coin information, the distribution, circulating, total max supply, is all verified by CoinMarketCap.
Okay.
That's very good for new projects.
It's all verified?
All verified by CoinMarketCap.
You know where I could check the crypto verification. You know I got a link for that, right?
Check it out.
Alright, let's pull up the link, man. Let's do our homework. Let's see. I haven't been on the site in a minute. This is when I was really shitcoin diving. I was using sites like this. It's been a while though. Let me see. Where is it at? It is Certic. Remember Certic?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you look them up on Certic and see how verified the project was?
Nah. But from what I heard, Certic is not one of the top auditors anymore. They're not even like top 5 anymore.
What? So who's the top auditors now?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I can look at some of these new projects. They're not even audited by CertTech. They're audited by these other companies now.
What's the companies that's auditing? Because we gotta stay up to date over here, man.
There we go. I'm gonna get the names of them. Hold on.
You looking at VMint? Let me look at VMint on here and see if that comes up. Yeah, here it goes. It came up on here. Come on, man. CertTech was top of the brass, man. This shit is called CertTech Skynet now. That's how I know this shit's gonna be around, boy. It's called CertTech Skynet. That sounds crazy. Alright, they rank number 68, top 20 percentile. Their CertTech security scores are triple B. Category score. Volume.
Volume. That already went through CertTech?
Yeah, I gotta pull it up right here. Hold on, I'm put it on the screen for you so you can see.
I don't see it. It's still showing the chart. Show me.
Yeah, I'll show you right now. Hold on. My computer be acting slow when I'm sharing my screen now.
I'm gonna leave the room and come back and see.
Nah, I didn't put it up yet. Hold on. Alright, there we go. So everybody that's unsure, this is an auditing site. These kind of sites. CertTech is a site that I use to audit crypto projects. So this is what we're looking at. The breakdown of this crypto project. So volume, CertTech score, triple B. They have good governance, good market, good community, good operations. Their fundamentals are weak and their code is weak. Category score 30. That ain't good.
They haven't even been audited yet.
Yeah, they haven't. They haven't been verified audit. So who audited them? So so Goddess, this is one of the sites you gotta use when you're researching shitcoin projects. You want to come to this website here so you can know how far along the project is, what stage they're in, what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are. These companies put, I guess, these coins through vigorous testing to see where they may be able to fail, where they need improvement at, where they're strong at, and you could now take this report and invest accordingly based off of this report instead of just jumping in a coin and hoping that it's going to take off. So there's some projects out there that are legitimate projects. They have strong fundamentals behind them. As you see here, they score that. They have strong fundamentals, operations, performance, government, and code. This whole thing will be like a wide web. And that's a strong project, even if it's valued at 4 cents. Then you got to look and see what the project does. I'm assuming if you're coming to do this, you already know what the project does. Then you're looking at its strength here as far as its validity. And once it's verified here, you know what the project does. You could align yourself with it. You see it going somewhere. That's the most you can ask for in a shitcoin. After that, it's about risk management. How much you putting in, and how volatile the movement of that coin is. You don't want to put a whole bunch of money into it, maybe because it's too volatile, and you don't want to see your money going down 40% in a day. Cut this off for a second, because I think that's what's slowing my stream down. But hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, everybody. Appreciate you coming through the stream today. I'm gonna shut down the live stream. I think we had a lot of gems drop today, which is why I love doing the live sessions and having people come in and ask questions. Off the top of the head, I could think of a lot of things to talk about, but we talked about aligning economic events with cosmological events, astrological events. We talked about auditing, the auditing Certic site you got put onto Certic is a website that I use to audit new crypto projects or existing crypto projects just to see where their strengths and weaknesses may lie. We looked at Tesla. We looked at potential support for Tesla and resistance for Tesla. We did Meta today, Snap. Went over some social media sites based on the whole TikTok news. Talked about TikTok, how I feel about that. So a lot of gems collected through this video. Make sure you go back, type questions in the comments. If you have any in the comment section, I'll try to get back on here and answer any of you guys' questions. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media, Culture Shock Investments on everything. You can find us. And yeah, appreciate you guys coming through. Let's look forward to Wednesday. I'm gonna come back on for the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve interest rate decision. See what Poppy Powell got to say and how he's going to move the markets. If they're going to keep interest rates at 5.5%, or if they're going to decide to. I don't think they're going to cut early. I'm not even going to say that. Let's just see what happens on Wednesday, okay? After Wednesday, I'll probably jump heavier into some positions and do some trades for you guys live. But it's going to be too volatile up until then this week. So I am staying out of it. I gave a price ranges on SPY today in the Discord community. Join the Culture Shock Discord community. Link is usually beneath the video in the description. And you can have the insight that I give to my community on all these different companies, stocks, and investment strategies. All right? We're here for the black community. Appreciate you guys showing love and support. And I'll be back next week. On Wednesday.